So the design for this new flow trail we're talking about will include up the top a little road gap, just a little one, over a small back cut, and it's coming down to the creek here, through the forest up there, finishing down at the creek. Nice little spot to finish a ride or take a break, regroup, and continue on whatever you'd like to do for the rest of the ride from this sort of little node. Creek tends to flow all year round. Pretty heavy flow during those flood events, and it's timely to maybe tell you a little bit about the overall network design here. We were lucky enough, you could say, at the end of 2019, 2020 to be up here at the end of the big drought. And I know, we've just seen my old home network, a Fox Creek bike park burned to the ground in 2019 fire there. We drove across the country. There was a lot of burnt areas on our way back into Kyogle through Tenterfield, and then there were still fires burning all up and down Australia while we were here. Seemed like half the continent was on fire that year, start of 2020. But the positive for us here was the drought had knocked around the vegetation so much. There's still a lot of dead gum trees around here where I'm standing from that drought period. But all the lantana, all the scrub had really dropped down, had lost a lot of mass. So I could see the whole property, all the terrain, all the nuances of the topography. I could walk through and flag my trail network. So I got pretty busy that summer, ran around all over the place here, flagging out and capturing on GPS our trail alignments. But very lucky in a way, because now if I'm looking here, if I'm thinking about designing from scratch, kind of got to go through with the machete or chainsaws or something to even get through on some of these steeper side slopes. So yeah, there's always a little silver lining somewhere. I lost my old trails, but got to look at some new ones maybe. And yeah, so this is going to be part of the event. The other part of that was, got to the bottom here and really struggled to find a way to have a blue intermediate type trail flow feeding out right to the bottom of the property down there, because as we go over that little ridge just behind me there into some pretty thick vegetation, sort of recovering rainforest in the gully, and yeah, it's steep as and I think the trail down that side is going to be black diamond for sure. It's going to be pretty gnarly little hand built, mostly probably drops and shoots and tree roots and stuff that we can do down over there for another day, another project. But as of now, the flow trail's coming in here, and then you'll be able to feed out to the main four-wheel drive track to get around this steep bit of the gully with, there's cliffs and waterfalls and stuff in there. And then we'll be able to bring the blue intermediate riders around the outside and drop down to the bottom after a little bit of four-wheel drive track. Not ideal, but without doing a heap of earth moving and undermining that really steep side slope over there with a big bench cut. Yeah, I think in the long run it's probably a better option to go around and keep the flow experience on the four-wheel drive track for a little bit, and then drop into the forest again down where it mellows out in the base of the valley. So yeah, gonna be cool. I think you might want to be part of this one. Yeah, anyway, let us know.